Good morning, Aries. This is my 50th video as a tarot reader on YouTube. And to celebrate this, I'm changing it up just a little bit this morning. So I would like, as a celebration of this being my 50th video, to ask if you are a returning viewer, please subscribe. Subscriptions are free and they will let you know when I release new videos. The reading that I'm going to do was one that I did for myself yesterday. And I found it relevant to the situation that I find many Aries in right now. I think that you'll find this reading interesting because there are powerful energies at work for Aries right now. So let's start with the heart of the matter. The heart of the matter is judgment. In this case, judgment is talking about letting go of negative energy. The judgment card is really a self-realization, transparency, unveiling of spirit, rebirth, and it talks about having judged others and have been judged yourself. And the thing is that we often judge ourselves more harshly than we do others. But we do also extend our judgment. One of the things that is really important to me personally is the sense that there is justice. And judgment and justice are related. But what that means is that I'm often thinking about the motives of those around me, and that is colored by the judgment that I put upon myself. So this is kind of a reminder that you don't have to hide yourself from the judgments of others. You can be yourself. You can be unapologetically yourself. And that is the point at which that things open up to you. You know who you are. You know your true self. You know your motives. You know that your motives are true and solid. And if you step out in the world with that energy, that is going to serve you very well. So hopefully you who are Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus can relate to this. So the energy that crosses the judgment card here is the Father of Pentacles. And I was looking at this. For myself, this is fantastic energy because this is the energy of my rising sign. I have Capricorn rising, and so this is an earth sign energy. The thing that this is going to allow me to do is to take that fantastic planning and fantastic entrepreneurial skills, the things that I know that I can do with that rising sign energy, that Capricorn energy I can bring to anything that I want to do in the future, whether it's just life skills, working out things that I want to do for the future. And for me, it's going to be creative projects and being able to plan out something like that and use those skills, organizing and planning things, and being able to look into the future and see those steps that need to happen to do that. So having set aside the judgment of myself and others and opened myself to the energy of the Father of Pentacles, or the King of Pentacles, what is at the base? And at the base of this reading is the Wheel of Fortune. This is a time when things are changing. This is a time where you're changing course. And if you have been an Aries that is in a struggle and struggling with different things recently, this is the time when things are going to change. This means that this realization that you do not have to judge yourself harshly any longer and you don't have to judge others is going to free you to move in a different direction. In the recent past, there has been the Knight of Wands. The Son of Wands is the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is intense creative energy. And it's extremely explosively creative. It's so creative that sometimes it feels reckless. But there is this burst of creativity that has happened when you've made this realization that's in the heart of the matter, that this is a time when you can go any direction you wish to go. So let's see what is coming into Aries consciousness here. This is fantastic. This is the Ace of Wands. This is the seed of great inspiration that really, reinforces this idea. This is a time when you're going to be creating whatever it is that you wish to create, because of the power of manifestation. You can harness the Aries fire and the organization of the Father of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles. So what's coming up in the near future? Well, okay, we see temperance here. And this is really a balanced state. This is moderation. This really talks about the same kind of things that I was talking about in my all signs reading. This card shows up in the same spot. The key to doing this is this balance. There is a balance right here that you have achieved, and maintaining that holistically, that is a whole, seeing the whole picture, seeing all of the elements of it, your creative side, the creative fire, the possibilities that are there, not tamping those down too much with the planning, but making things work in balance. It's extremely important to be doing that. This means not getting carried away one direction or the other, but seeing your plan, seeing this creative vision come into being. And this is where this card is so beautiful, because this is the Daughter of Pentacles. This is the Page of Pentacles. This is the one who can stand grounded, and I'm really excited to see it here, because it is a card that I did not understand in the way that I now understand it for a long time. I often look at the Page energy as immature or naive. It is really in this case like the Page of Cups. It's a card of possibilities. And the key here and the beauty of this card is that Aries is currently in an energy of manifesting those new opportunities. New skills are being developed. Perhaps you hadn't taken your energy that you have the ability to organize things and plan things and to work them into business. Now, Aries likes to be entrepreneurial. That is for sure. But having that Capricorn sort of high-level CEO sort of organization energy is fantastic. But you need to have this beginner's mind. And this also harkens back to the reading that I just did for all signs. The Daughter of Pentacles is kind of that, just above the Fool energy. The pages are like, they are the beginner's mind. They are learning. They're willing to learn new things. They're making their plans a reality. And this particular card, she has roots into bedrock. She is grounded. She is both practical and realistic, and she is able to hold the dream at the same time. So she can hold these two worlds. She can hold the practical and the possibly impractical, the possible and the possibly impossible, but she can hold that, and that tension between it often creates really great, something really great, because there's that freshness to it, because there's an edge that is pushed, there is a boundary that is pushed by this energy, because there is, no saying, oh, well, that doesn't work because we've tried that before. But let's move on into this new energy. This is a good place to be, and I love this for Aries right now. So the environment. Now this is interesting because this card looks really yuck. This is the Nine of Swords reversed. Now, the thing about the Nine of Swords is that it is a time typically for worry and depression, anxiety, insomnia, and fear. And the thing is that even with all that yuck that is really well captured here, this feeling of things being bad, nightmares, etc., it is an opportunity to find courage and focus on safety and focus on the things that are going well. It is also an opportunity to begin the healing journey. So this whole thing is about healing. This is an environment of healing. You're going into the fool's journey here again. That's where I get a lot of people are going right now. And this is the step out of the first realization that you're in a new direction. And there is going to be healing that you will be doing while you are on this journey. And that is part of it, finding the dark energy and transforming it, transmuting it, and incorporating it. And this is really seeing your illusions for what they are. It is turning those fears and illusions into the healing that can come into this, whatever this is. This is a creative, if this is a creative venture, that side of things can add a depth and complexity to it that doesn't come from something that is just like, oh, well, that's kind of cool. But this is a deep period of growth for you, and the environment is there for it. The hopes and fears. The hopes and fears. The Son of Swords comes in. This is the Knight of Swords. This is, I think there's going to be a sense of urgency here, and that might get you a little scared. That is what I get from this Knight of Swords. There's a need here, a feeling that you don't want to just get unfocused and impatient and act too quickly. You want to make these things happen in the time that they need to take to be perfected. One of the downsides is you feel that urge to move quickly, but you don't. Or being frustrated. You don't want to be frustrated. You don't want to be held back here. You don't want to be impatient, scattered, distracted, or blocked. So what will need to be happening here is you'll have to be using the Temperance and the Father of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles energy, to organize your thoughts and organize your energy so that that doesn't happen, so that things don't rush ahead too quickly. You don't want to be too rushed. It's a balance. You're going to feel pressured. Your fear is that things are not going to happen. Or your fear is, can I do this? I don't know that I'm ready for this. That's the real gut feeling behind this. And the outcome is the Ace of Swords. This is going to be that inspiration, that thing that you get, that seed that will be the heart of this new thing that you're manifesting. So seeing the Ace of Wands and Ace of Swords here is beautiful. And again, the Ace of Swords is really new ideas and clarity. Aha moment that is the kind of thing that you want to see if you're working in a creative or some kind of venture. You want to have something that's fresh and new. That is what this is talking about. This is something that is very viable because of that. The thing here is that you're going to want to be sure that you don't get to the point where you're overanalyzing it, because you've been in this spot in your head and you've kind of got these fears. So the key here is going to be going with that energy there and going with that manifesting of that creativity rather than getting caught in your head. And there is a truth within there that is bubbling up, that is waiting to be expressed. Now, the energy at the bottom is energy that I also saw in the last reading. That's the energy of the Five of Pentacles. And this energy, this reading tells me that you've come out of that, because the card really talks about, this is energy that you are trapped in a state of mind, and that really talks to where you have come from. You've been trapped in a state of mind where you were feeling like a victim. You were feeling abandoned, and you did not see that the answers are right there in front of you. This is again the trap of the mind. But having said that, is this underlying energy, what we have here, and I did see that the next card after this Ace of Swords is that Five of Cups. So these two cards, really, these two fives, these are the top and bottom of the deck at this time, and these talk about what we want to do is see take these fives and move them into the six. So the Five of Cups is that feeling of sadness. The Five of Cups talks about sadness, despair, possibly grief, the feeling that things have been lost. But again, the same energy is in these two cards. This is a loss. It's a point that you need to change your perspective, and you have changed your perspective, where you now see that you have not lost all, because there are cups that remain. The energy that no longer serves you, you are leaving that behind, and you are healing that in this moment of possible, where healing is possible. And again, you have seen that you do have the way out, and so those things are no longer going to be influencing you. That is good. And the way that you got there was via the energy of the High Priestess, and this could be your own energy going deep within, or this could be a trusted advisor, wise counsel, and trusted advice. And it also has come from a point, and this is a card of emotional balance and stability as well. So you have healed those emotions that were giving you grief, that were in the Five of Cups, that's under the Five of Pentacles. And you come to a point where you are now more stable, and that really has enabled you to get to this point. This card here talks about either a partnership with someone, and that could be a real partnership, or that could be you coming to a better understanding of yourself, and finding that self-love and stopping those judgments that you have done. There's many ways to look at this. So that you have the people around you. That's implied in the Four of Pentacles. This is the environment around you, the soul tribe, the members of your tribe, and the support structure. I feel that this may be a feeling of Leo to this. There's someone that you know who is very wise, and maybe a Leo here. But what has happened is you've stripped back your foundation to something that is more stable now, and you're moving forward with that. And again, that's the energy, the Empress. And let's see, going back a little further, the decision point. There was a decision. There was information you had. There you were hanging in, waiting, and this is the Hanged Man that showed up in our in some recent readings. And you have gone inside you because you were feeling conflict. And going back to the Seven of Wands, you were feeling a need to be defensive. That's this judgment. You were feeling judged by a people. And again, there are several decision points here. There's the Two of Wands. Sure, you were finding that things were not suiting you as they were going. You had some sort of revelation that their light was shined on something. You found something out, and you found that you were going to have to make some decisions that would move you on a path out of that conflict and out of that struggle. And you went inside, or you found the wise counsel, and then you sat with that for a while. And what happened was that you realize that you do have the resources, and this is the internal and external resources, the material and spiritual world. You had the availability. You made the decision. You cut something out of your life that did not serve you, and you went into the divine feminine, and really your wish is fulfilled with this change of direction. And even back here we have, the star, the healing, and the lovers, and the Emperor. Now look at that. There's Aries energy right there. So this is a journey that you went on yourself. You found that support around you, and you learned to love yourself in a completely new way, and the healing took place. The stability, the Nine of Pentacles stability is there. You went in, and again, this could be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, but someone who was supportive of you or your own energy. You helped yourself heal. And this, you were in a lot of pain. That period of pain has ended, and you came out of that with the Mother of Pentacles energy, which was grounded healing. This is again either part of you or something that you experience, but that this is a healer that has helped you, and this helped you make a decision to come to this period where the light was shined on things that were no longer serving you. And by going through this, it's kind of a circuit of things that you had to do to go within and keep going back within and shining the light on things, sitting in the energy and making decisions along the way that cut out the things that were causing that imbalance. And then finally getting to this divine feminine energy that brought you to the wishes fulfilled, which was the change of course. So I'm going to leave it here because it is just to say that this is a period where things are moving in the right direction for you. I feel that. The things that you are working on in yourself, the healing will be taking place. You're moving back to a bit more innocent energy here that is either a new path for you, a calling, or a creative project, or just a completely new idea for you. And you've gone deep, and you've pulled the resources that you have together, and you've found your tribe. And I think you're going to be very surprised at how things will turn out for you. I know what I have been inspired to do something that this reading kind of made that Ace of Swords moment happen for me. And I'm hoping it will for you as well. And if this helped you, please comment. And if you have some thoughts about it, I'd like to hear what those are. Thank you very much.